Hello everyone and welcome to a galaxy far, far away and happy 15th of December. Okay, we have reached the next minifigure of the calendar, and what I have learned after having looked at or analyzed and written about these calendars for so many years is you can always count on one of the minifigures being some sort of trooper. Either a stormtrooper or a clone trooper, and this year it was a clone trooper, and we had to reach door number 15 in order to find it. This is a clone trooper from the 501st Legion, and we can see that on the blue markings of the helmet and the armor. We can also see on the design of the helmet that it's from the end of the Clone Wars, because the helmets of the clone troopers in the beginning, they looked very, very Mandalorian-like. And towards the end, they became to look more and more like a real stormtrooper helmet that they eventually also turned into be. Okay, last year's calendar also had a clone trooper in it. That was from the 212th Legion, which you could see from the orange markings on that clone trooper. So why are we getting clone troopers from these two legions in the calendars? The answer is that the 212th Legion is Obi-Wan Kenobi's Legion. He was general. The most of the Jedi Knights were generals in the Clone Wars, and Obi-Wan Kenobi was leading 212th Legion, or the orange marked troopers. His second in command was Commander Cody. He was in many episodes of the Clone Wars, but you may also remember him from episode 3. The Revenge of the Sith, where he actually starts betraying him when Order 66 is given. The 501st Legion, the blue troopers, they are Anakin Skywalkers. So besides Anakin and Ahsoka, who later becomes commander in the Legion, they are also led by Captain Rex, who's also one of the main characters in the Clone Wars TV series. So that is actually why these are the two most followed clone trooper armies or legions in the Clone Wars series, because we follow Anakin and Obi-Wan, and therefore it's their clone legions that are most prevalent in that series. The 501st Legion are rumored to be extremely effective and very unconventional, and in that way they are more or less an extension of the two leaders, because Anakin and Ahsoka were also extremely unconventional in their approach to how to solve the issues that they came into. And also, throughout the series, Captain Rex and Ahsoka are actually starting to bond quite well, and actually are developing quite a deep friendship. So that's gonna get important later as well. I want to focus on a special arc that includes troopers from the 501st Legion, and that is one of the episodes where one of the legionnaires called Tup actually betrays and murders a Jedi general. And that, of course, gets investigated, and they find out that there was a chip in Tup's head, and that chip was malfunctioning. And they were just saying, okay, that's weird, that's probably some Kaminoan tech, they're not really going that deep into it, but there is another trooper from the 501st Legion, a guy called Fives, who looks into this, and he actually figures out that chip was there in order for the clone to turn on the Jedis. And he also finds out that every single clone trooper has such a chip in the head. So he gets extremely scared. He wants to warn Captain Rex, but he doesn't get a chance to properly do it. I mean, Rex actually figures it out, but then Fives is shot by some of Palpatine's special troops, because Palpatine does not want this secret to get out. It would ruin all of his plans. And that's, of course, a shame that Fives didn't go through with this, because it leads to Order 66 being given eventually, and which means that Palpatine's plan goes into motion and all the clones are turning on their Jedi masters. So that starts the big Jedi purge. And during that time, Ahsoka and Rex are actually out with the 501st Legion, and it is actually, Ahsoka is successful in removing the chip from Rex's head just in time. And then those two need to fight their way out through their old comrades, which is a really tragic scene. The 501st Legion then continues to actually serve the Empire, and actually they act as Darth Vader's personal squad. And that, in another tragic way, means that they actually kept on serving Anakin Skywalker even when he actually switched allegiance and starting to serve the dark side of the Force. So Ahsoka and Rex, they get away, and they are both extremely important in the founding of what later becomes the Rebel Alliance. Did I mention that Clone Wars is a really, really good series that you should definitely watch? All right, what do you think about clone troopers? Did you know about those different legions? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you liked this video, and I hope that you will subscribe if you aren't already subscribed to my channel. And I also hope that you will share the video with everyone you know. If they happen to be Danes or speak Danish, I make these videos in Danish as well. All right, that's it. See you tomorrow for yet another door. Bye bye.